All right, hello everyone. I haven't eaten anything yet today, but I'm chugging a little protein shake. We're getting there. Let's see. Okay, let's get this. I am going to need this a couple of times, but that's okay. We're almost done with this page, to be honest. Despite going, like, starting really late yesterday and not having any, like, overall brain power, I actually managed to do okay. Not gonna lie. My brain power is still not fully back up, but that's alright. Let's go with this. Oh, guys, I heard this song yesterday, and it literally shot my soul out of my body. Fucking crazy. Sure. All right. I'm actually going to put this on top. I still haven't gotten rejected from that EA concept artist job, and I am trying to not jinx it. It's not working. I can listen to fucking Flux Pavilion all day, man. Oh my god. Oh yeah, I forgot that I need to also turn these on. Go ahead and duplicate this because I need it to apply to literally everything. So we're gonna move this all over the place. I need to not forget that I need to, like, do this too. And I kind of want to add like an extra layer of SFX too. So let me grab, it's this. I want to do yellow or gold. And then I'm going to go ahead and open up a different page here. This song literally ejected me out of my seat. Fucking crazy. Oh my god. No love, no love. This is the best dub plate, I feel like. Holy shit. Actually, I really would love to get some level of movement here that's like... That's pretty good. Actually, before I do this, I need to make sure that I duplicate this again. Like, this lady has maybe one of the most powerful fucking voices I've ever heard. Oh my god. Let me make sure. Oh my god! Like, that should be illegal. It's so good. Oh my god. Where is my mind? I'm so excited for this fucking album to come out tomorrow. Oh my god. Drown. Okay. Okay, let me finish this up now. Okay, now that I remembered everything that I was doing, we're good to go. I just want to go, whatever this sound is, I want to just go sit in it. I want to go get on a fucking motorcycle and just like, I don't know. I fear Adam may have cooked. so good. Right, I'm gonna go ahead and swap up some shit. I feel like it's time for this playlist, I think. There we go. Welcome in! You're just in time for me to finally have finished this page from yesterday. Crazy. Oh, given to me, I wanna hear you scream. Scream out my name. I wanna hear you scream. Like I can't be replaced. Okay, I need like I need a thought bubble. Give me this. Oh, I don't like the magnetic lasso. I don't. There we go. Better. That was. Actually, I want this one. The very rare double bubble thought bubble. Crazy. I hope you're having a great day, though. Yeah, but it all go get into me. I wanna scream. Scream out my name. I think I may need to make this Lorg. But then that also means I need to... Actually, just kidding. What I need is to make this part Lorg. Yeah, I'm also still kind of tired. I think my brain is finally slowly resetting after whatever fucking roller disco it's been on. I can hope, anyway. I have to get on my fucking office hours today and then argue with a kid about using GIMP with no tablet for art school. Do I want to put this over here? No, I don't. That's where that goes. It's a little bit close. That'll be okay. It'll be all right. Okay, now we're gonna swap thought bubbles. We got lots of thinkies. I like these thinky bubbles. I just think they're nice, you know? I don't know. I think I'm gonna change this dialogue. I like that better. Punchier. Look at that. Yeah, with no tab, it's bad. Cal, I'm gonna screenshot something and send it to you because I cannot show it out of shame of the. I don't want to. I don't want to shame the student. Obviously, I can't say names or anything. But I'm gonna DM it to you on Discord to show you the horrors of which I've seen. This student is a junior level illustration student, junior or senior. I just sent it to your Discord, so now you get to suffer. I had to see it, so now you have to see it. Which is insane, because I'm going to send you another thing. I'm going to send you one more thing. What I expect from junior level illustration students is this. I sent you another thing. That's another one. That was what the assignment was supposed to look like. Oh my god. I don't know why I just heard you say that in my brain in the Bob Belcher voice. Just, oh my god. Like, yeah, that's what I said. And now this student is arguing with me over whether or not GIMP is a viable software. And I'm like, dude, it's not about GIMP. You can use GIMP all you want. It's open source. That's totally fine. I don't give a shit about GIMP. But like, it can't look like that, man. I asked my other friend, I was like, what do you think happened to that tiger? And my friend just said, life. Well, actually, I want this. I need a Chinese automatopoeia, and it's been a minute since I've had. I guess it was like the last combat page with Tiger. Hi, Goose. I'm just so confused how they got so far into school without a tablet. So for the illustration program, most of the illustration work is actually done traditionally. So you're going to be using pencil, paper, pen and ink most of the time, charcoal, chalk pastel, sometimes Conte, but mostly chalk pastel, and then sometimes acrylic. Like, so most of the classes likely that the student has had up until this point have been that. And I don't imagine that those assignments were met with much success either. But this kind of a class is an elective. They're allowed to choose whichever medium that they want. And for this character design class, I mean, most studios want you to produce work digitally nowadays, right? Like, it's very rare. It's not saying that it can't happen. Like, I think about how Bob Rafey did all the concept art for Jak and Daxter with ink and marker. It was all done traditionally. So it's not to say that you can't do concept art traditionally. It's just not, you know, what the industry standard is really, or the industry norm, I should say. It's not what the industry norm is anymore. So a lot of students, of course, are choosing to work with digital, which is fine. But if you are going to work with digital, you got to use the right tools. Oh, I arced this son of a gun. So where do we have more sound effects? I think it's probably in a previous chapter. Where's the car horn? Oh, this'll work. How you doing, Goose? It's been a minute. We missed you. Okay, I need to go find the right onomatopoeia for this. Let's see. Okay, sure. Pouton. Sure. Let me just make sure. Oh, this is like a thump. Oh, yeah. This works. This works for hitting a pool. Okay. Just wanted to make sure that this is the right onomatopoeia here. All right, cool. I am tired as fuck. I'm so tired. Moving is slowly killing me, and life is a whirlwind, but I am alive. That's all I gotta say. I am alive. I am alive. Barely. I exist. My friend wrote a book, and it's called "Unfortunately I Exist," and I feel like that's it. I'm like, I understand. Oh God, I've been working every night this week. Oh no, that's awful. I am so sorry. That's gross. I hope that you can get a break soon, because that is legit awful. Holy shit. Yeah, moving's crazy. I knew that it was going to be kind of insane moving to Canada, but I didn't expect it to be. I don't know. It's not even really that anything crazy is going on. It's just that the process is taking such a long time, and then there's a bunch of like little micro factors that are making it difficult. Like for example, I had to end my car's lease and buy my car because we learned that we could not take the car into Canada if it was on a lease. So that's crazy. And you make it work. Thankfully, my dad is, relatively affluent and was able to take out a line of credit. Otherwise, I would have had to just sell my car. It would have been really crazy. So, mad respect to my dad for being able to, like, pull that shit off. So I'm very lucky in that regard. But it's like, yeah, it's like other stuff. Like, trying to figure out, like, we're in, like, the worst economy of all time. And so trying to get people to buy furniture, for example, I'm like, it's not going to happen. I don't, like, we would have to give our furniture away for free, effectively, and I'd really love extra money to be able to move. But I have a feeling I'm going to hold a yard sale, and it's going to be like, oh, sorry, you made like $30, and good luck. Godspeed. The thing that almost sent me this week was somebody messaging me on Mercari, because I'm selling also a lot of my furniture and fine art on Mercari. And she messaged me and she was like, about a Tibetan singing bowl, right? Like the instrument. And she was like, what's the dimensions of this? And I was like, oh, cool. Maybe she, like, it says miniature, but she wanted some comparison. So that's totally fine. I can make that happen. And I told her, I was like, it's like 3 inches in diameter, 2 inches tall. And she was like, cool, can you use it like a mortar and pestle? And I was like, ma'am, this is an instrument. I mean, technically anything can be a mortar and pestle if you whack shit hard enough against something. But like, so yeah, that got me. That would be like asking if a flute can be used as a baseball bat. Cal, a study came out that says that 15% of all current incoming American college freshmen can't read past a 5th grade level. So I think she saw something. I think she saw something. I can't guarantee what she saw, but she saw something. I can't tell you. I should have just told her yes, just so that she could buy it. But it's like, it's not food safe. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you can't just put random shit into random, like, metal bowls. I'm like, this is how people in the Victorian period got lead poisoning. Like, these are the people not washing their lettuce and getting, like, whatever that parasite is that's, like, happening in the US right now. I don't know, man. I worry. I worry. It gives me the fear. Look at that. This was somehow, like, I can't believe I did this cracked-ass background while effectively having 2 functioning brain cells. That's insane. I don't know how this happened. Yesterday was a weird day. I somehow got all my work done despite barely functioning. Like, the little hamster that was running in my brain wheel was actively in cardiac arrest, I'm pretty sure. All right. Oh, 3 panels. Look at that. Okay, unfortunately, I'm going to have to take drastic measures on this page. That's okay. No, it's alright. Let me open up Daz and we're going to see what we got. Yeah, so people, I don't know, people are testing me this week. Okay. I'll move it back to this cool page while I fuck around with Fukong. Let me see. Hi, Ava. Oh, I like fun facts. Everybody should always have a good, healthy dose of fun facts, I believe. I hope you're doing well. Sorry, I'm working in Daz. There we go. I was like, I really need this to not suck. Okay, actually, let me lay down my panels first before I do anything crazy. That's crazy, though. It's because they're so high fat, I imagine. Like, I imagine if they're, like, say you have, like, a bag of pistachios in a cargo hold of a plane, and then it gets, like, really hot. I do imagine. I think I've seen people try and cook pistachios and they explode. Like, that makes a lot of sense, actually. I think they're like 55% fat. It's like literally like a little explosive nugget. I am exhausted and effectively holding on by a small thread. And I'm alive. I'm alive. But holy shit, it rough. It's rough out here. Ah, there's shrimp. I get to draw a shrimp today, guys. The fats and oils break down, yeah, creating that exothermic reaction. Ah, I see. When they're in larger quantities, that makes sense. I love that. I believe that is how old ladies typically also spontaneously combust. Yeah, There's I believe like a lot of the moisture heats up and effectively creates like a steam pocket inside of it, and then yeah, it bursts into flame or ricochets the fuck around an area and then can take somebody's eye out, which is not great. Shrimp! Yeah, I get to draw a shrimp! How you doing, Chips? Yeah, if you guys are not familiar with the very famous case of the old lady spontaneously combusting, I won't share the very graphic photo. If you Google old lady spontaneous combustion, what you will get is a photograph of somebody's foot in a shoe, and otherwise a literal blackened hole in the floor. And effectively in 1951, her name was Mary Reeser. Somebody effectively smelled burning in her apartment and they don't know what happened, but it's assumed that she either one fell asleep with a cigarette on her body, or was sitting next to an open fireplace and a spark caught on her, but because of the fat content of her body, uh, she effectively exploded, leaving nothing behind but her shoes and a leg, which is very weird. It typically doesn't happen like that, but like just like with the pistachios, it has to do with the fat content of the thing that's being caught on fire. So she effectively exploded, and then there wasn't any fuel left after that, so the fire smothered itself, only exploding herself, the couch, and then some brief or like a small contained burst of explosion around her, but everything else in her apartment was completely untouched. Very weird. So yeah, you know, it's a fun, like, weird unsolved mystery thing for those who are interested in those kinds of things. Okay, so let me get, that means I need to add another figure in here really quick. Also means I need to... Alright, which model gets to be my shrimp guard? Yeah, only slightly horrifying. But yeah, it's a great YouTube deep dive. I find it super fascinating. Nobody's really sure, obviously, exactly what happened, but there's a lot of really interesting theories about what exactly went down. Nobody knows. I think if I were to go, I would like to just spontaneously explode. I just think that is a pretty choice. Not gonna lie. It sounds fucking phenomenal. Okay, I gotta try and figure out what the fuck kind of a uniform to put this little man in. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I feel like it actually would be a fantastic way to go. Because you literally explode so fast you don't even realize you're dead. Does that make sense? Like, she definitely would not have suffered. I imagine that this shit would have been so fast you would have just been like, boop, and then dead. You know? So it's like, it's kind of fucking incredible, to be honest. Not to make fun of weird ways for people to die, but like, it actually would be insanely fast, I think. I think BuzzFeed Unsolved did BuzzFeed Unsolved did a little deep dive on that one. I think it ended up remaining unsolved. I'm sure Shane had some funny quips to say about that shit. Oh, well, see, she would have been having a great time. Like, it's very likely she was just relaxing, enjoying her evening, smoking a little cigarette, you know, like reading a paper probably, or a book, doing like a little crochet. So I imagine for her, it was actually quite peaceful. You know, literally, it was like one weird household accident. Like, you're sitting in the chair and then you're just not. So, like, I feel like it was pretty peaceful. Because it would have had to happen very fucking fast. I ended up having to do a lot of research on human combustion for appetite because at some point some lady's head does indeed explode. So that's fun. Okay, let me see here. Yep, yeah, I'm pretty sure for Appetite, the FBI is gonna fucking come for me. I'm sure it was very similar for, like, the authors writing Breaking Bad, like, the screenwriter that worked on that, because, like, how do you look that shit up and then not have the fucking cops come for you, and then you're effectively depicting, like, relatively accurate directions on how to make meth, and you, like, it's a very fine line. I'm pretty sure the FBI was like, guys, if you're any more specific, we're going to have to fucking end you. It's like, oh. Fascinating. Maybe one day I will finish Breaking Bad. I got super far into it, and then I was depressed as shit, and I could not finish it. I was like, oop, this shit's intense. Mm-hmm. Let me see. I need a more formal walking pose. Hold on. Maybe not. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think I got it. Alright, sorry, I'm suffering here, y'all. Alright, I'm gonna have to do a bunch of interiors for this, and I'm not really very excited about it, but I gotta fucking bite the bullet, unfortunately. This is fine. Okay, one more. Sorry, y'all. Almost there. Oh yeah, I was like, who the fuck did I use for Alping? I figured it out. I remember. All right. Sure. Almost there. My brain is actively mush, not gonna lie. I wish that my brain would, like, just reset. If I could do shrooms, that would be pretty sick. I think that would solve a lot of really, like, weird issues. But alas... my seizures say nay, nay, you know? And that's okay. This is kind of a wide shot. I might need to make this box wider. Actually, I realize that's okay. On this comic, we'll see how it goes. We will see. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Just kidding, we're good. There's so many butts. There's so many butts on this panel. Hi, Carol. How you doing today? All right, let me start with what I know, which is Wukong. And actually, before I do this, what I need is a palace, and I need stairs specifically. I'm like, can I get this from the side? Or am I going to have to do some funky shit to get this reference again? I think that may be what ends up happening. Oh, actually, I might be able to use this. This is what we're going to do. Damn. All right. Back to this. The shrimp! That's all I gotta say. I've stood so long in the kitchen making tempura, I'm not hungry anymore. Oh god, but I'm sure it'll be delicious though. Worth it. This is the best mix of this song I've ever heard in my whole life. So we're gonna cut this out. I'm not even gonna need this whole, like, building or model. I need, like, just the stairs. And it's just for reference. Like, the things we do for art, y'all. The shit we do. I don't even need to repair that mistake that I just made on the top. Like, it's just gonna be just the outside. Lord. Okay, hold on. Almost there. Like, tempura sounds so good right now, not gonna lie. I had a transcendental experience at, I think what I would argue is the best sushi restaurant in Denver. It's definitely not my favorite one to go to, but in terms of, like, fish quality, I was really, really, really impressed. And overall, super tasty. But I had a bunch of fish imported from Japan that I've never had before. And I got to eat black gnome fish for the first time, and that shit was amazing. Crazy. So good. Okay. Lots of great nigiri. It was wonderful. Oh, look at that. Crazy. I do think that it's funny that it assumes that it's perfectly symmetrical. Is this the best? No. But is it still pretty good? Yeah. For, like, reference, I'll take it. It at least gives me a rough layout. Well, let me edit rotation. And then actually I need to tilt. Whoa, can I do what? What do you mean I can do perspective? Son of a bitch. That's crazy. That's crazy. This tool is insane. I do want a little bit of, like, an aerial shot so that way I can have at least some of that. I imagine I gotta, like, make this insanely large. And actually, you just rotate this just a little bit this way. Okay. This is kind of comically large, but we'll go for it. I'm going to save this file after I do this because I have a feeling that this thing is going to be upset. Let me also go save in DAZ so that way it doesn't have a problem. All right, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and actually drag this down to the right area here. I'm going to make this literally like twice as large. And even then, it's actually 3 times as large. Sure. Okay, so is it terrifying looking? A little bit. Am I going to make this thing work? Yes. Do I need to rasterize this thing? I think so. because otherwise this is going to be high-key kind of problematic. Okay, so then let me figure out... I need this thing to not be that large. And then let's do that, and we're going to edit rotation, and then I need to rotate this thing again. And then I need to actually put this below so that way I can see what the hell is going on. Lord. Let me... Actually, that'll do. All right. Maybe not 300. Sure. Sure. Okay, not bad. That gives me at least a good idea of kind of what I'm doing. Now, is this blurry as hell? Yes. But that's okay. So let me start with looking at the reference here. I'm going to go ahead and open this in another tab. And then we're going to go from there. So I'm actually going to turn this off. We're going to reduce the opacity on this. I'm going to get rid of this stupid toolbar. I really borked myself here. Not going to lie. I think I have created a situation in which I am going to be doing backgrounds from hell this entire page, but I think that this is just kind of what I have to do. All right, let me keep my reference open here so that I know what I'm doing. I need more. I need like a Ming Dynasty Chinese fence. I'm looking for really specific shit. Okay. Why did I do this to myself? I did this to myself. I'm going to simplify this as much as I possibly can. I made a mistake. I made a mistake. I have done the bad thing. I'm working with a really large brush here because I am going to be shrinking the brush size down as I work backward in terms of like perspective. Unfortunately, these lovely little guys are going to be relatively undetailed. I wish that I had all the time. Like if I had a dedicated background artist, this background would probably go crazy, but I, alas, am not that guy. I am really not excited to have to duplicate this down, but c'est la vie. I'm gonna probably, let's go ahead and take this. We're going to... Oh my god, the magnetic lasso. Okay. This is awful. All right. Yesterday I spent all of my brain cells doing the most cracked background of all time, and then now I have no remaining brain cells. I made a mistake. I did the bad thing. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. This is all we got. Everything is fine. If y'all watch me totally lose my fucking mind over doing this background, you know exactly what happened to me. Tell my story. I will miss you guys. Is this the most accurate shit of all time? No, it is absolutely not. This is completely eyeballed. So bless me and my shitty eyeballing. This perspective is not correct. Nobody has to know. You guys are the only ones who know. Okay, you're the only ones. You're the only ones who know I suffer. We don't talk about it. I'm not gonna look at it too hard. That's fine. Oh, guess who has not saved this thing yet? It was me. It's okay, we saved it now. Hi, Gabriel, how you doing? Oh, I don't have anything to hydrate with. Let me go grab an energy drink. I'll be right back. I got one. I learned that my cat didn't like the boxes in the living room and was effectively refusing to sleep on the couch because the boxes were stacked up against the back of the couch. And I had to move the boxes off of the couch so that way he'd sleep on the couch. Or away from the couch, I should say. And now that they're gone, he is fine. All right. Have fun playing Rivals. The last time I played it, I found it insanely boring, but I also recognize I play Overwatch like probably like hourly. Truly, like I low-key have a problem. So for me, I found it not as balanced or as like game sense focused. It was like it's definitely more it's easier to like one trick in that game, I guess, is what I would say. Not a bad game, and also Marvel characters are cool, but it's been a minute since I played it. Oh yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I play I don't want to say I play Overwatch competitively because that's not true, but I'm like all-star in Stadium. I don't play a lot of like 6v6 in Overwatch. That probably makes me like a filthy plebeian. But I play it often enough to be like relatively good competitively. But Rivals, I booted up and I was like, and then immediately closed it. Me around, me down. Okay, this is what I want. I don't know why I did this to myself. I also am gonna need this to be smaller. Okay, I'm looking at all these columns. I have so much architecture shit going on. Everybody should sit up straight and get a snack. I'm gonna grab a handful of trail mix. Yeah, Overwatch is great lore. It's part of the reason why I've stuck with it as well. Like, I find their world building lore, and then also, too, their concept artists are some of my favorite concept artists in games ever, so I definitely have a soft spot for Overwatch. Mm. Yep, definitely do that. You got meds. Take your meds. Grab some water. All important things to remember for sure. Damn, I wish I could draw this palace in color. I'm sure this thing is fucking insane. Actually, you want to know what? Sometimes you look at shit and you go, absolutely the fuck not. See, and this is why this tool is not perfect. But that's okay. Let me think. Yeah, I just have to effectively ignore the entire back of it because this perspective is incorrect. But that's okay. It gives me a good rough estimate. And that's really what matters. I have to line it up with the stuff that I've already done. We should be good to go. I'm just going to rough it. Oh, Doomfist. I'm curious to see how they bring Doomfist back. Speaking of that, if you're like up on the lore, Doomfist like is off I guess off his rocker. And by that I mean at the bottom of a fucking canyon. Not if it's been released within like the last like 24 hours. I'm pretty sure oh yeah, nope, no, I've been working for the last like several hours, so nope, I have not seen it. I was wondering what they were gonna do with him because they pushed him off a cliff, so good to know that you know, he's doing his best, really. And that's sometimes all you can ask for, you know? When somebody throws you out a window and off a cliff. Okay, let me see if I can fix this perspective here. We're gonna fix this. And that's okay. Yeah, I'm definitely excited to log on and check out that new video, though. That's gonna be fucking sick. So now, let me just try and match this because this clearly is not correct, but that's okay. So we're gonna ignore literally everything. This is why Sketchfab was better, and now I'm kind of mad that, like, Sketchfab you have to have a subscription for. Because it would have been fantastic if that was not the case. But, you know. C'est la vie. Yeah, perfect. Better. I don't know what the hell is going on in the back of this, this thing over here. It gives me a good rough perspective, but other than that, I have to just kind of eyeball it for the most part. Sorry, I'm doing like 4D chess in my brain right now. Holy shit. Huh. Oh no, Sigma killed his dad. No, that's so tragic. I love Sigma to death, actually. He's a... I feel super bad for my mentally unwell king. He's a great tank. Not my favorite, but I love him. Favorite well, I don't know. Dominant might be my favorite shield tank. But Sigma is insanely versatile. He's a wonderful, got great kit. Don't look at it. 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 I'm going to put a bunch of corals and shit here so that way I can fix the broken perspective. This is how we do, guys. Shh, don't look at him. Don't look at him. Don't look at him. Don't look at it. Ignore. Look deep into its butt. Shh. You see nothing. Okay, I'm gonna add a bunch of corals and shit. This should be okay for, like, at least some level of basic stuff. We're okay. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna need corals. That'll be alright. We're okay. We're alright. We're okay. I'm gonna do kind of like a broken, like this has been chipped off. And then I'm gonna need, again, a bunch of corals. This is stairs. Stairs. And then let's just kind of pretend. Actually, go ahead and get rid of this line because now I have a better and more accurate perspective here. Shh. We are fine. Nobody look at the bad out of perspective architecture. Ignore it. Ignore it. I'm going to do this on a new layer, actually, so that I can erase. Gotta set up my stairs. Oh my god. Oh my lord. Yeah, Sigma makes my heart hurt. I love him so much. He's got mad amnesia because he looked inside the booty hole of the universe. He's my favorite dementia grandpa. He has to be protected forever. Someone found the hole. Yep, it was Sigma from Overwatch. Beastie, we don't look in the butthole. He broke the one rule. He was supposed to not break the butthole, you know what I mean? Or not look in the butthole. He didn't listen. He had one job. One job. Okay, nobody look at these ass stairs, okay? We're gonna just kind of pretend that these stairs are not ass. Nobody look at them. I just have to tell myself that, like, people are going to be looking at this page for exactly 0.4 seconds, and I'm like, I don't have to worry about it. I need to chill out. My illustration brain is like, dude, you're doing this too fast, and you're not being precise enough, and I'm like, shh. Don't think about it. I warned you about them stairs, dog. No, for real. Oh my god. It's really out of perspective, Beastie. Don't think about it. The more you look at it, the worse it gets. It's okay. It's okay. No one has to know. No one has to know. Okay, let me make sure that this is like... Oh boy, it's really out of perspective. Hold on. Son of a gun. Okay. Hold on. I don't even really need this level of detail here. Okay, we're gonna eyeball it instead. That's because of this line. I'm not going to be able to look at it if I'm not careful. I have to, like... No, it's true. BC, you're right. You're right. Yeah, my brain gets hyper-focused on making sure that it's, like, relatively good. Like, there's a bunch of perspective errors in here, but it's not that big of a deal. I just need to figure out, like, where the characters are at and kind of how to just, like... ad-lib it for the most part, but it does have to be, like, relatively accurate-ish, you know? Accurate light. And the problem is that the model that I was using, while this rotate tool in Photoshop is really great to some extent, you know what I think I realize is also an issue? It's partially this. Let me see what this has got going on. Yeah, because this becomes too... I see what's going on. This is not architecturally accurate to the period, but I'm adding a railing. And that should help. You know what? You know what? I'm also going to just kind of eyeball in stairs. Hold on. We're just going to kind of... This does not have to be anything crazy. It's okay, it's okay. Yeah, artist blindness is the best way to fucking describe this. It's kind of like... It's like, how much effort are you willing to put in if you know that the person's only going to be looking at it for like 2 seconds? To some extent, it ain't worth it. Because if you confidently half-ass something, it tends to work out. But we also want to make sure... Right, because half of this also is, like, underneath shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, at the end of the day, sometimes it just doesn't matter. And that's alright. Oh my god, a tiny little drone. Oh, for Atari? He rusts. Well, and not as severely as you think, actually. He's made out of a bunch of, like, rust-resistant materials like carbon fiber and titanium steel. Titanium just does not rust. But he's been intentionally trying to unalive himself by dumping tequila into his head, and it still hasn't worked. So, he's pretty rust-proof. He was designed to, survive climate change and to live in a very, very hostile environment, and, in some cases, he almost survives too good, you know? Okay, so I need to go over this to make sure that this does not look like shit, so hold on. Alright, we're gonna get... 1 second. Alright, so this is fine. Now I need to add some corals to break up the line of this, because otherwise this is going to look like shit. So... let me figure out what I want to do here. Because this is fine. Let me double check my... yeah, lines. This is fine. Yeah, because if I can add a bunch of corals and shit into the bottom of this, it'll look okay. But I need to take some extra time to really, like, hammer in this, background here. Okay, I'm, like, processing. Yeah. Buy Atari some WD-40. Yeah, I mean, in the book, they end up having to replace his entire body. You know, it's a very delicate thing to remove all of his parts. You know, it's hard. Okay. Let me look up a coral shelf here. Cliff. I love it when you're looking up corals and all of a sudden you're like, oop, that looks like a penis. Because that happens to corals sometimes, you know what I'm saying? That's just the way it goes. Alright, so let me flip this. I'm going to flip this for just a second so that way I can have some more accurate coral pieces here. This is where concept art starts to get kind of like ad-libby, and that's okay. And I don't really need to provide a lot of detail in this because this is going, 1, underneath panels, and then 2, is at the bottom of the page, and in some cases is actually off the page. So the more I can be loose with this and treat it more like a sketch, the better off I'm going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll go from there. But I don't want it to look so loose that it's like, wow, this is kind of ass, you know what I'm saying? So I have to fill it, I have to populate it enough for it to look good. But not too much that it's like, oh, this is overdone or overworked. So, this is the balance. Coral is an insanely weird fucking thing as well. I need to make sure that this does not look like shit. So we're going to keep just kind of going. I'm like, what would Hayao Miyazaki do? Not be lazy, that's what. Let me save. I will write an Atari book eventually. Yeah, probably the most easily compromised part on Atari is his head. But that's intentional. He's trying to, you know, make sure that he goes into the tequila sleep and never wakes up. Quote unquote. It doesn't work, though. I'm going to do some, like, rocks here, I think. Because I really would like this to be, I need, like, some... I don't know what is the deal with the, these, like, shelfy corals. I don't know what they do, but they're going to save my life. Because that will actually, like, fill some of the area here, which is good. Corals are weird. Alright, so that's not bad. I'm going to probably put some larger fish and stuff. I may actually also blur this on the way down. We'll kind of see how it goes. Maybe I need some seaweed. I feel like seaweed is one of those plants that's like... It's a good thing to throw in there to take up a bunch of space. So let's do that. Because then that can cover up some of my architectural flaws. Seaweed is wild. Okay, hold on. I don't know if I want this to be that intense, actually. Hold on. This is low-key kind of hard, but that's okay. It's funny because it's just wiggly shapes, you know what I'm saying? But you have to make the wiggly shapes not suck. I need the wiggly shapes to wiggle in just the right way. Cover up the bad perspective, man. Okay, not bad. Slowly but surely, we'll make this not look like booty hole. We're gonna do it. Slowly but surely. I need some of those, like, weird tube corals. I might do fish instead up here, I think. This is low-key insane, but that's okay. Worth it. People are going to be like, "What? Why do you do this?" And I'm going to be like, "I don't know, man." for the name of the game. If I had the patience and the time for like a Miyazaki level like Ponyo background, that's what I would be doing. But unfortunately, I have neither of those things. Let me turn this back on and figure out kind of where we're at. Yeah, we're all right. All right. Let me flip this. I want to make another one. Okay, ignore how shitty that looks for a second. I'm sure you guys are like, what the fuck are you drawing? And I'm like, I don't even, just give me a second, give me a second. It looks like ass, but it'll be okay. Give me just a second. It's like, how much detail can I put in here without this being just garbage? Everything is fine. 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 Everything is cool. Everything is cool. I may end up shrinking this down. That's okay. Oh, lordy. People are like, are you mentally well? And I'm like, look at this weird thing I'm making. Does it look like I'm mentally well? Because the answer is probably not. This is kind of a funky, fucked up little statue, actually, that I'm looking at. I want to let you all know that, like, this statue is the funniest shit I've ever seen in my whole life. Actually, no, I lie. There was a statue of Hanuman that I saw from a Cambodian exhibit one time that was actually the funniest Wukong statue I've ever seen. That thing makes me laugh, but this is not that. So I can't say it's the funniest statue I've ever seen in my whole life, because that would be inaccurate and offensive to that one Wukong statue that was really funny and really stupid looking. I love this guy's little feet. Hold on. People are going to be like, that's a bad drawing of a dragon. And I'm going to be like, bro, this is actually super accurate to the statue that I was looking at, so you can't tell me it's bad because I'm doing my best. It's not my fault this Ming Dynasty statue looks like that. Oh my god, this is the best statue I've ever seen in my life. Oh my god. Oh fuck, that's funny. Okay. And the fucking tail is like so stiff looking. Crazy. Art is funny. I want to know who sculpted that. I have so many questions about that shit. I'm gonna also put this same dragon over on the back end of it, so that way I can just reuse this dragon effectively. I don't wanna use it or make it once and then not use it again. And this is going to be on a panel that everybody's going to be collectively looking at for exactly 0.5 seconds. I'm so angry. People are going to be like, what's your favorite part of chapter 13? And I'm going to be like, this really fucked up looking dragon, actually. This absolute unit of a dragon. Look, he's doing his best. All right. I'm going to go ahead and shrink this bad boy down a little bit so that he can go back here as well. Help him. Oh my god, that's funny. I love them! They're beautiful! God, a masterpiece. I need that guy who does those drawings, those derpy-ass drawings of Chinese animals on TikTok to come over here and rate my derpy dragon. Because I don't know, I kind of love him. My low-res background dragon that has no brain cells. He's beautiful. It's already 1:30, y'all. Crazy. This is definitely one of those things where it's like, well, how much effort did you put in? It's like clearly too much. I might layer in some photo assets into the bottom of this as well. Let me see. Like something like this. Yeah. Because then these kinds of shapes will help also break up this monstrosity here. I'm gonna have to do this manually, that's okay. But this will give me also a pretty good idea of like what values to use on my background when I do get to the actual like coloring portion of it. And that's okay. Is this gross? A little. We're in like the ugly baby stage. We have to just kind of wait until it's like not ugly baby no more, you know? And that's okay. No more ugly baby, only kind of ugly baby. Semi-ugly baby. I don't have to be perfect with this either, and that'll be okay, because I'm going to be filling in a bunch of stuff behind it, so. And to be honest, it may be a case where I just have this whole thing be relatively, like, super dark. But now that's starting to get kind of filled in. I'm slightly less worried about it. But I'm going to need more, I need more corals. like these kinds of things. Give me this. Yeah, because then this will give it some, like, actual texture here. We can use multiple assets to bring this together. So where I'm lazy in texture or need to work quickly in texture, I can I just... Oh my god. Sometimes it works out. And then let me get some more in the background, actually. I think we're gonna just kind of keep going here. God, there's so many little fishies that are hanging around these reefs. They're very cute. Also, God bless Google Images and a bunch of royalty-free stuff, you know? These are all like Creative Commons images, so I deeply appreciate all the people who, you know, make their images free for other people. It's really amazing. People are so generous. Insanely generous. I'm gonna go ahead and merge all these things together now. Oh, hell yeah. We're getting there. Yeah, okay, so it's starting to look less shit. Slowly but surely, y'all. Just gotta kind of keep hammering away at it until it doesn't look like garbage no more. Only chipping away. Yeah. I think I am actually, before I go forward with drawing the figures, I'm going to go ahead and try and get in some of these overall, like, big blocked pieces. Well, you know what? Well, that's alright. This is kind of a pain in the ass, but it'll be worth it. And most of this is going to end up underneath other pieces in the print version of this, but the web version may not look that way, so I don't know, there is something strangely meditative about working on something this large. And that's alright. because I want to have at least a little bit of lines, but not really that many. I just need to be very gentle and continue to just build up these layers like this, because we're going from something that looked relatively like Dookie to not Dookie. So this is exactly what we want. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of elbow grease and a little patience. I may continue to work on this while I do my office hours if nobody shows up. But we'll see if I get lucky. Hi, welcome back. Ooh, the sound of you. Sure. Yeah, because this is all underneath other panels, but I don't want to make the mistake of being like, oh, it's hidden, and then I look at the mobile version and I'm like, oh god. Because that would be literally tragic. So we're not gonna do that. Okay, but not bad though. Not bad. And I might actually just go like this, to be honest. Oh, wait. This might be it. Bye, Caro. See you later. Thank you. I'm going to do my best. I'll probably be back working on something like this on Monday anyway. But it was great seeing you. I hope you have a good sleeps. I'm going to just try and kind of close this up so that way I can have maybe like a lighter piece here. I just need some degree of like, yes. Oh, wait. Not bad. So we're gonna go like this. I think this is gonna be like a lighter color here. And then same with this. I don't want this to be super, super light. So we're gonna go like this. And then, or well, maybe not. Hmm. Yeah, not bad. And then what I'm going to do is grab this. We're going to go with a gradient. And we're going to go down like this. So that way, and actually I'm going to probably do this on a new layer over top. And I'm going to go like these. I'm going to go like these. And then that way I can have, you know, this can go and be, it's receding into darkness. Oh, I see, I see. I don't want to do that actually. We're gonna go like this, like this, like that, like this. And I'm gonna go like this, and then I'm actually gonna grab like, I don't know, like that. Better. Gotta do office hours in 10 minutes. Okay, but like, look, y'all, see, look. We're making it happen. Let me go. Okay, so now let me start to label all these layers actually, because otherwise I'm gonna be like, what am I looking at here? Bottom rocks. Back coral 1. This is, I'm going to put that up here. Let's see. This is sand, and this is ocean. Save. All right, so slowly making progress here, so this ain't bad. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this and merge them together so that way I can work outside of it. No, maybe not. That might not be the best way to do this. Just kidding. I got about 10 minutes left, so I can make a choice. For kind of what I want to do here. Is this the cleanest thing I've ever done? Absolutely not. Will it do for this page? I think so. I'm like not looking forward to arguing with that student over whether or not you need a tablet for GIMP. You know? Not excited, but here we are, I guess. I love it when people just like argue with their teachers over what the course material requirements are. But, you know, what do I know? I'm not a professional. How did this happen? It's somewhere in there. Right there. That means I'm gonna have to redo that one too, but that's okay. At least I know where there are issues now. Everything should be good otherwise. This is the only problem with making like super loose and sketchy background line art, is if you want some semblance of like consistency. Let me go ahead and turn these off actually. Then you just kind of have to suffer a little bit, but that's all right. I think I'm also going to that's not going to do it. Let's do maybe like a 60 question mark. I think I might do one more final layer of coral over the top of this too. And that's okay. Because that way this has structure, but it's not like, wow, you know what I mean? It's not like terrifying looking. Slowly but surely. Okay, so let me get some more coral here, and then I think we're going to be in a good spot. This is kind of insane. This is the strangest illustration techniques I think I've ever used for like background building. I just don't work this way typically at all. This is like the opposite. Of how I normally do this shit. This is like totally different. But yeah, I mean that's pretty okay, all things considered. Like that could be significantly worse. I think I need some more. Oh, this looks like a photograph, but it's actually, or a painting, but it's actually not. It's pretty nuts. Me reduce the opacity on this just a little bit, because what I need is I need it to not be over here for right now. Like that. Oh, that's 2. Okay, I should probably go, unfortunately. So I'm going to go ahead and dip on out of here. I wish that I didn't have to, but I will. C'est la vie, I guess. Hold on. I'm going to finish this up before I completely dip out. This is underneath a box. Like... Oh, but it's looking good, though. Okay, one more. One more, and then I'm gonna go. Alright, this is like a kid on crack. You're just like, fucking... Just one more! No. No, brain. This is really the last one, though. I do promise. This is actually for reals, like, the last one. Don't do art, kids. It's a gateway drug. Just kidding. Just kidding. I'm just being a silly bitty. I like all these little fucking fish, man. Yeah, this gives me a good structure for where to put the shit, but I don't have to like abide by it necessarily. Oh my god. Actually, this is kind of looking great though. The little dragons look a little bit like ass, but that's okay. We'll continue to work on, like, if I have any like structural issues with this later, I can work on that. But I think overall this is starting to like kind of come together, so could be worse. But now I'm gonna go sit in office hours. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of just like, yeah, you know what? And then that's going to go down there, so it'll cover up most of the stairs, and then that's going to cover up most of the weird shit that I have going on over here. So, yeah, all in all, it could be worse. Could be worse. Okay, in terms of progress, I'm actually pretty happy with that. That was like 2 hours straight of like background hell. But I think we're doing okay. I might put some light effects here coming out of the door, the main door, but other than that, I think we're in a good spot. So thank you for everyone, or to everyone who hung out. I'm gonna go ahead and dip on out of here and go grade some student work. So I will see everybody on Monday, and I hope you have a good weekend. Bye bye.